Hi, Joe here again. Today I want to talk about SWR power meters and a problem I ran across. I had bought this original one, the Trucker Series RPS SWR2 off of eBay, and I was able to get my SWR really down low on my dipole antenna, but I noticed when I picked up my realistic TRC 465, I noticed the power it was showing on it when I was on channel 1 where my low SWR reading is. It was showing around 9 watts, and I knew that couldn't be correct. From what I read, I should be able to get about 6.5 watts if I have it turned up all the way, which I didn't. I wanted around 4 watts. I don't want to overheat the finals. So anyway, I went ahead and went on Amazon and bought an static PDC1 to check the difference in the readings. And it did match on the SWR. And then I went and ran all my handhelds and my 2 mobile CBs to see what kind of power reading I had. So I was going to show you the power reading I got for those as I tested it. All right, let's try the power on my Uniden 510XL. Right around 2 watts. Here we have the GE5920 help radio. Let's go ahead and key this one up. A little over 2 watts, we'll call it about 2.1. Next we have the GE5979C handheld CB. Let's take a look at it. Looks about 2.4 watts. Next we have the GE5979C handheld CB. Let's take a look at it. Looks about 2.4 watts. And last on our list, we have the Cobra HH35. Let's go ahead and key up. And again, right around 2 watts. Okay, if we look at my spreadsheet, you can see the different readings we have. We go anywhere from 2 watts to 4.1 watts on the realistic TRC 465. Now, looking at the readings I had on my trucker's meter, you can see the huge difference we had in them. And you can see on the truckers, we went anywhere from 3.8 watts to 9 watts. Now, on the realistic, I knew 9 watts is what really threw me off and made me realize it wasn't measuring correctly. So if we look at the difference here, you can see that the higher watts that I read on my truckers, the bigger difference it was on my new SWR meter. So I know if a CB was putting out more watts, that the truckers was really thrown off by that. So after looking at the data I put in the spreadsheet, it made me realize if the radios that were putting out higher wattage were also the ones that had the biggest error. So I'm assuming the trucker's SWR power meter, at least the power meter on it, is reading incorrect wattage. And I'm pretty confident that the static one is reading accurately, but I know the only true way to really see how much watts I'm putting out would be to hook it up to a dedicated watt meter with a dummy load on it. I don't have that, so I'm going to trust what I see here, that I'm pretty close. From what I've read, it can be off about 10%. And the only reason I was able to get the realistic up to 4 watts was there was an adjustment for that. And like I said before, I didn't want to crank it up too high because I don't want the finals to overheat. And I'm going to leave it at that till I can actually hook it up to a true watt meter with a dummy load. So there you have it. If anyone has any ideas why the two meters would read so different, I'd like to hear that. Another thing I noticed on the truckers, it would show kind of a modulation swing when I would talk, whereas the static one does not show any swing when I talk into it. So I'm kind of interested why it does that. So please leave a comment, and I will see you next time. Thanks.